Okay, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one.
Yeah.
Just relentless chaos. Modern life just sort of piling on.
Mm-hmm.
That constant, like, low-grade buzz of anxiety where work, life, it all just blurred together ages ago.
Oh, yeah. Boundaries. What boundaries?
Exactly. And honestly, every new app or gadget, it feels like it adds pressure, doesn't it? Instead of, actually helping.
It really does. That feeling of being completely overwhelmed, it's almost universal now.
It's like your brain is just this giant, messy drawer full of half-thoughts and things you need to decide on but haven't.
Yes. That sense that no matter how busy you are, you're definitely forgetting something crucial.
Well, if that sounds familiar, you are in the right place. Welcome to Success Happiness.
We do book talks here, taking a closer look at ideas that can really help unlock potential and hopefully cut down on some of that stress.
And today, we're tackling a big one. A methodology that's genuinely been game-changing for so many people. Getting things done. The art of stress-free productivity.
GTD by David Allen.
That's the one. David Allen.
He's a major figure, been working for decades as a top management consultant and executive coach. His ideas have really permeated how a lot of companies think about handling complexity.
And you know what I think makes his approach so effective? It feels authentic, grounded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he wasn't just some academic theorist. His background is wild. Schoolboy actor, debating champion, then a karate teacher, waiter, even a taxi driver.
Right. He learned about getting things done like in the real world, dealing with real world stress, not just in a seminar room.
Exactly. And that real world, it changed.
It really did. Work shifted, didn't it? So much became knowledge work.
Meaning?
Well, work without clear boundaries, where the sheer volume of information, of inputs, it swamped our old ways of keeping track.
Our brains just weren't built for it.
Pretty much. The complexity just outstripped our natural ability to manage it all intuitively.
Which brings us right to the core idea of GTD. And it's something cognitive science backs up again and again. You have to get stuff out of your head.
That's the foundation. Because your conscious mind, it's terrible at storage. Really bad.
So what's the analogy he uses? It's like computer memory.
Exactly. Think of your conscious mind, your immediate focus, like a computer's RAM, random access memory.
Okay.
RAM is for processing, for focusing on the task right in front of you. It's not for holding on to reminders like, oh, gotta call the dentist or need to check on that proposal.
The open loops, as he calls them.
Precisely. Each one of those undecided things you're trying to keep in your head, it eats up a slice of your mental RAM.
And it's true. You feel it, don't you? That constant little nagging reminder popping up.
Yeah?
It doesn't actually help you do the thing.
Nope. It just drains your focus. You're not just thinking about the dentist, you're stressing that you haven't decided when or how you'll deal with the dentist thing.
Right. It's the lack of decision that's the killer.
And that's what the science shows. Trying to manage all those untracked, undecided commitments, it actively lowers your cognitive capacity. Makes it harder to think clearly, be creative, solve problems.
So the whole mission of GTD really is to build
What?
an external brain.
Essentially, yes, a trusted external system to hold all those commitments, all those open loops.
So your mind can be.
Like water, that's his famous phrase. Clear, fluid, responsive. Ready to focus 100% on whatever needs your attention right now without all that background noise.
Okay, I like the sound of mind like water. How do we get there?
Well, Alan lays out a very clear workflow, and the good news is it doesn't require you to learn some complicated new skill. It's about changing habits, being systematic.
The 5 steps.
The 5 core steps to mastering your workflow. Step 1.
Capture. This sounds fundamental.
It absolutely is. Non-negotiable. You have to gather everything that has your attention. Big stuff, little stuff, ideas for later, someday, maybe things, all of it.
Where's it go?
Into a collection tool, an in-tray. Could be physical, could be digital, could be multiple ones, but the point is to empty your head into these trusted buckets. Speed and quantity are key here. Just get it out.
Okay, got it all captured. Then what? Step 2.
Step 2 is clarify. Now you have to process everything you captured. You pick up one item at a time from your in-tray and ask, what is this? Is there an action required? And if so, what is the action? This is crucial. You have to make a decision about every single item.
Okay, I can see where people might resist that. Making decisions takes mental energy, right? Doesn't it just feel like more work up front?
That's a really common reaction, but think about it. you're not actually creating more work.
Okay.
You're just making visible the work that was already there, swirling around in your head and draining your energy subconsciously.
I go.
Clarifying forces those front-end decisions.
So what happens to the item once I clarify it?
You figure out the very next physical action needed to move it forward. Or you decide it's trash, get rid of it. Or maybe it's reference material, file it. Or perhaps it's something for later, like a someday maybe list. The goal is process that inbox to empty.
Okay, clarified. Step 3 must be putting it somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Step 3, organize those decisions you just made. They need a home in your trusted system.
So action items go on lists.
Right. Maybe lists based on context, like at calls or at computer, or if it's something that has to happen on a specific day or time, it goes on your calendar.
And the reference stuff.
Into a reference filing system, digital or physical, where you can easily find it when you need it, but it's not cluttering your action lists. Everything has its place.
Captured, clarified, organized.
Yeah.
Feels like we're building something solid here. What's 4?
Step 4, reflect. This is maybe the most important step for keeping the system alive and trusted over the long haul.
And the one people skip.
Often, yes. This is the weekly review. You absolutely must set aside time regularly. Alan recommends weekly to look over your entire system.
The whole thing. Like all the lists, the calendar.
Everything. Your project lists, your next action lists, your waiting for items, your calendar, even your someday maybe lists. You need to get current, get clear, make sure everything is captured and up to date.
Why is that so critical? Why does the system fall apart without it?
Because life happens. New things come in, priorities shift, things get completed. Without that regular review, your lists get stale. You start to lose trust that they actually reflect your reality. And then stuff starts creeping back into your head.
Ah, okay. The RAM gets cluttered again.
Precisely. The weekly review is what keeps the external system trustworthy, so your brain doesn't feel the need to take back the job of remembering everything.
Makes sense. And the final step, step 5.
Step 5 is engage. This is where it all comes together. Because you trust your system holds everything, you can confidently choose what to do in any given moment.
Making the right choice about what to work on.
Yes. You're no longer operating from a state of panic or just reacting to the latest email. You're making informed, intuitive choices based on your system.
Okay, that's the core workflow. Now, you mentioned GTD is kind of modular, like you don't have to implement all 5 steps perfectly from day one.
That's one of its strengths. You can grab onto specific techniques and get immediate benefits, which builds momentum.
So what's a high-impact one to start with?
Oh, definitely the 2-minute rule. This one is like magic. Pure leverage.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
It's super simple. When you first clarify an item, when you first touch it or look at it, if you determine the very next action will take 2 minutes or less,
Yeah.
you do it right then, immediately.
So you don't even bother organizing it onto a list.
Nope. Just do it, file that document, send that quick email reply, make that brief phone call, boom, done.
Wow. Okay, I see how that would clear out a ton of those little nagging things that clog up the works.
It's huge. The psychological win is massive. You're not just saving the few seconds it would take to track it.
Right.
You're eliminating the mental drag of that open loop entirely. And you get this little burst of positive energy from completing something. It breaks procrastination.
That is magic. Okay, what else? What about bigger things? Projects?
The absolute key there is defining the next action. This sounds simple, but it's where so many people, especially smart, creative people, get stuck.
How so?
We tend to put projects on our lists, right? Like remodel kitchen or launch new website.
Sure. Seems logical.
But Ellen's point is crucial. You cannot do a project. A project is an outcome you want to achieve that requires more than one action step.
So you can only do.
The next action, the single, physical, visible activity that will move that project forward.
Okay, give me an example for remodel kitchen.
Right. Your brain might immediately jump to demolition, choosing cabinets, budgets. Overwhelming.
Totally. Freeze response activated.
Exactly. But GTD forces you to ask, what is the very next physical thing I need to do? Maybe it's email Fred for the name of that contractor he used, or Google kitchen designers near me, or measure the current kitchen space.
Something concrete.
Yeah.
Small. Doable.
Yes. You intellectually dumb down the overwhelming complexity into one manageable step. This instantly relieves that psychological pressure and gives you traction. It's incredibly effective for overcoming procrastination on big goals.
That makes a ton of sense. So for those bigger projects that do need more thought, does GTD offer a planning process?
It does. It's called the Natural Planning Model, or NPM. And again, The beauty is, it's based on how our brains already naturally plan things, from deciding where to go for dinner to mapping out a huge corporate merger.
So it's not some artificial structure we have to force ourselves into?
Not at all. It just makes the natural process conscious and systematic. There are 5 phases. Phase 1, define the purpose, the why.
Why are we even doing this project? What's the point?
Exactly. If you don't know the why, you're likely to waste effort or solve the wrong problem. Clarity of purpose is foundational.
Okay. Phase 2.
Visioning the outcome. What does success look like, feel like, sound like? Get a clear picture of the desired end result. Wild success.
I can see how people skip that too. Jump right into the how without defining the what.
Absolutely. And if you don't know what done looks like, how do you know when you're finished? Or if your plan is even heading in the right direction? Phase 3 is brainstorming.
Just getting all the ideas out.
All of them. No judgment, no organizing yet. Just a brain dump of anything and everything related to the project. Quantity over quality at this stage.
Then you wrestle it into shape.
That's phase 4, organizing. Now you take that brainstormed mess and start structuring it. Grouping related ideas, identifying key components, sequences, priorities, making sense of it all.
And the final phase must connect back to actions.
You got it. Phase 5, identifying next actions. Once the structure is clearer, you look at the different components and decide, what are the immediate physical actions needed to get this thing moving, to kickstart each part?
So using that natural model, even informally, can make planning feel less daunting.
Hugely less daunting. It aligns with how you already think, which produces resistance.
Okay, so we've got the workflow, some key techniques.
Yeah.
What's the big payoff here? Why go through the effort of setting up and maintaining this system?
The payoff is, well, it's profound, honestly. It's about achieving control, confidence, and freeing up mental space for creativity.
Control and confidence sound pretty good. How does it deliver that?
Remember the open loops and mental RAM. The stress and guilt we often feel. It doesn't actually come from having too much to do. We all have too much to do.
Right. That's just reality.
The stress comes from the broken agreements we have with ourselves about all those things we've captured but haven't clarified or decided on. Part of your brain thinks you should be doing them right now.
So by capturing everything, clarifying it, organizing it,
Yeah.
you're essentially managing those agreements.
Precisely. You're either scheduling time to keep the agreement doing the next action, or you're consciously renegotiating it, putting it on a someday maybe list, deciding not to do it, delegating it. That process itself reduces anxiety because you're taking conscious control. It builds self-trust, integrity.
Psychological capital, as they say.
Exactly. And with that system in place, that inventory of all your commitments, you move from hoping you're working on the right thing to trusting you are.
So when you have a spare moment, how do you decide what to actually do? How does the system help you engage?
It makes the choice much simpler, much more intuitive, based on 4 criteria. You just ask yourself, in the moment.
Okay, number 1.
Context. Where am I? What tools do I have available? Am I at my computer? Am I out running errands with just my phone?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Limits the options realistically. 2.
Time available? How much time do I actually have before my next hard landscape appointment? 5 minutes. An hour.
Okay. 3.
Energy available. This is a big one. Am I feeling sharp and focused, or am I kind of drained and low energy?
Right. You wouldn't try to write a complex report when you're exhausted.
Definitely not. And finally, number 4, priority. Given my context, time, and energy, which of the available actions will give me the biggest payoff or move my most important projects forward?
So those 4 filters just naturally guide your choice.
They do. It takes the angst out of deciding. If you're low energy, waiting at the airport gate for 15 minutes, well, your context, time, and energy immediately point you towards maybe making a quick call from your at-calls list or reading an article you saved, not drafting a major proposal.
And the result of all this? Less firefighting.
Much less firefighting. Because the system handles the mundane, you free up your mental bandwidth, your creative energy to focus on the bigger picture.
Higher level stuff. Goals, vision.
Your life purpose, your long-term goal, strategic thinking, being truly present with people. You can throw any idea, that crazy new concept, the book you want to write someday, into your trusted system, knowing it's safe and will surface when the time is right. You're not afraid of your own ideas anymore.
That sounds genuinely freeing. Stress-free productivity.
That's the promise, leveraging an external system to allow your internal creativity and focus to flourish.
And the amazing thing, really, is that getting there, achieving this kind of mastery, it's accessible, isn't it?
Totally accessible. GTD doesn't require some innate talent. You already know how to write things down, make lists, make
The
choices.
challenge isn't learning what to do.
It's the consistent application. Building the habits, doing the weekly review even when you feel too busy. That's the work.
There's a huge difference between knowing about GTD and actually doing GTD day in, day out.
A world of difference. But starting that journey, building that trust with yourself,
Yeah.
it leads to that mind like water.
So if you're listening and feeling that pull towards less stress and more control, we really can't recommend David Allen's book highly enough.
Pick up Getting Things Done, read it, start experimenting. Even just the 2-minute rule can make a difference tomorrow.
Absolutely. Take that step. Start building your own trusted system for gaining real control and, maybe more importantly, lasting perspective. Thank you so much for joining us for this book talk on success happiness. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Yeah, we'll have more discussions, more talks like this, all aimed at helping you harness your focus and really make some positive changes.
See you next time.